You are live. We did it. That was pretty cool. She seems like a happy camper. I'm probably talking to no one right now, but that's okay. I'm used to that, talking to myself. I didn't put no thumbnail out. I wonder what it looks like. Let's see. All right. Gotta go search for it now. But she added 996. Hey, there's Brian. Hello, Brian. Let me see. Peyton only needs 4 to hit 1K. Well, we'll put her link back up there. After live for the okay, all right. So, um, I forgot about the add the redirect. Got to add a redirect to um, Barrows. All right, we're in. Let me see if I can shut this. Okay, I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. And we're back. Yeah, let's see if we can go find her link again after the live and premiere. There it is. Paste. All right. Well, I'll just keep putting that up there every so often. Thank you there, Rich. I keep forgetting. It's not that mine's better than yours. It's just that I forget. I'm so used to doing everything on my own. She only needs 4 more. Darn! I thought we could. I thought we could blow over there and then and get her a bunch. But we had like 14 people watching, I think, or more. I don't know. Did anybody see any more than that? I thought it was really cool. You guys are awesome. You really are. Well, 6%. Oh, you didn't miss it. What happened is I shut the live down and we went over to Honest Peyton's speed shop. Go check out Honest Peyton's speed shop. There's a young girl that she's doing hot rod stuff with her dad. It's pretty cool. She just had a premiere, so we went and rated her premiere with everybody from the live. It was really cool, man. It was really cool. But she's only 4 away from 1,000 subscribers, so we were trying to get her some subscribers. Um, but the link is right here. Rich posted it, and then so did I post it. Okay, so Engine Like Garage said he saw 17 people there. Hey, that's awesome, especially for I don't know if it's their first premiere or not, but uh, that's cool. We got her a little bit more exposure. Oh, okay, cool. Well, thank you, 6%. Thanks for letting us know. I'm going to put the invite up because after we do the review, I went through the review pretty quick tonight because we wanted to go over there. But there was a couple channels that really didn't do much since the last time we looked at them. They only had like one video up. Uh, Plus, since StreamYard changed their ways, I can't put the well, I can, but it's more of a hassle to put the sound back up there. So, all right. Hey, Twisted Mopar just subscribed. It. He's at 996. She's at 997 now. Cool. Thank you, Twisted Mopar. Appreciate that. Oh, what am I doing? Right here. Okay, we're gonna We're going to pin that to the top. Not that one. Undo. This one. There we go. Hello, Buck and chat. There's Punisher Lamont's Garage. Hey, Punisher Lamont, if you haven't checked out Honest Peyton Speed Shop, go check her out. She's 3 away from hitting 1,000 subscribers. She's just a young girl working in the garage with her dad, working on hot rods. It's pretty cool. Got a 32 Ford content or 32 Ford on their channel there. We just went over and took everybody from live, went over and rated her channel. That was pretty cool. Hello, Ray. Hello, Auto Salvage. Oh, yeah. No, I don't. I have no clue. I only guess. That was fun going over there, though. Cool. I just sent them an email, so we're going to trade some stickers too. So if you want to trade stickers with Honest Peyton's, $9.98 now. Hey, thank you, Punisher. Tim Windsor thanks you too. He's the one that asked us to um, check it out and put her up there. And I came up with the idea. Well, let's shut my live down, and then we'll go over there and say hi and leave a comment. We everybody comment. Everybody said it was cool. It was really cool. There's Mohawk. Hello, Mohawk 62. Mohawk, we were just over at right here, Honest Peyton Speed Shop. She's a young girl. She's doing work with her dad out in the garage. They're 2 away from 1,000 subscribers. Yes, I emailed them while I was on the premiere. But check them out, Mohawk. See if you like what you see over there. I think you will. Oh, dust storm of pollen from the weeds. Gonna listen while I work on the car. Okay. I subbed to her about 2 weeks ago. Okay, cool. Cool, Mohawk. I'm just trying to help out. She's only 2 away. I wonder if Nathan, I have a link up here for Honest Peyton Speed Shop. I'll put it up again. We were just over at her channel. She's a young girl, and she's working out in the shop with her dad. Thank you there, Rich. Appreciate that. There's two more links. We're trying. If you get a chance there, Nathan, go check her out. Oh, you already have them. Okay, cool. What kind of carb you working on? You're just listening. So the Dugster hath returned unscathed. Never feared, the Dugster is here. Did you see his video with all the old parts? I love old parts. I think they're so cool. Try to enter through the link. I've never done a live. Oh, Dennis, my phone won't let me. No, that's a shame. You know what it is? You have to be on Safari. I don't know if you know that or not. I know you said you're not that good with computers, but let's see if I can show you. That's way too close. Wow, why is it so? I can't show you. But anyway, my button down here is my Safari button. You see it's blue with a thingy on there? I guess I got too much light. Let's try this. Nope. All right. Anyway, you got to go to Safari. Actually, you got to go to StreamYard. You got to copy the URL, then you got to go to Safari, and it's a pain in the butt. It's easier to just go on your laptop if you got one. Oh, the Hastings stuff. Well, when I saw that your icon, I knew that Hastings guy because years ago we had a Hastings dealer over in there was a parts place, and that's all they push the Hastings stuff all the time. Yeah, I'm on Safari. Okay, well that's odd because I know it says I'm when I go through Google, it doesn't let me. Yeah, the tough guy. It doesn't let me log in through StreamYard. I have to go on Safari. My YouTube runs through Google, yes, but once you hit the link up top, it takes you to StreamYard. All right, and then you got to copy the URL there and go to Safari, and then just buy a laptop, Dennis. No, all the guys an iPhone. Yeah, I know. It took me a while to figure it out, but that's what it was. I had to get out of Google and go into Safari with the link. I can't show you. I should get an app where I can put my phone up on the screen. Nope, he's not buying no laptop. But that's the problem I had. I got to keep looking over here. I'm over here now. I'm over there. Over here. Yes, well, YouTube is part of Google, or is Google. But that's what I learned is I would have to go through Safari, and then I tried to open up YouTube in Safari. Right? Hey, he made it. There he is.
Can you hear me
There he
now?
is, Dennis.
Yeah, here I be.
He made it.
Yeah.
You figured it out.
Yeah, well, the phone kind of did. So I
Okay.
had to help through the settings here. So
Yeah, well, you're all choppy and stuff too. You probably don't have very good internet right there,
yeah, well, I don't have much of a signal either. So
don't you? Okay, well then that's
I,
that's all
I
that
fight
is.
that all the time here. It's always bad. So,
Okay.
but
Well, nice to meet you and get to talk to you face to face or
yeah,
screen to
nice to get to
screen.
see a face. You can kind of put a face with that name, I guess.
Yeah, screen to screen rather.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't see any comments. I don't know. I don't see.
Well,
There we go. Don't
well,
get it.
that's the problem there. You can either look at comments or you can look at the screen. But you can't do both.
Yeah, yeah.
You
So.
know,
But
that's what.
first one I've ever been on, so I thought, well, I'll try to jump in there. I had a few minutes. I'm sitting outside, so
Yeah, well, this is the place to get your feet wet.
well, yeah. Well, I need them wet. It's hot.
Okay.
About 95 here. So
Yeah, I only hit like 85 today here, so
you're
was,
lucky.
was
It was 95 and pretty hot. It's a nice breeze right now, but That ain't helping none. I've been feeling bad all day. I've been all stuffed up, headache. I can look
Right.
out. I can look out the pasture over here, and I can see big old dust coming off them weeds. So I know why now. So
Yeah.
I wanted to go racing real bad today, get the car back down there and run again, but it just wasn't going to happen today. So,
Well, you got to check your priorities. You know what I mean? If you're not feeling good, you're not feeling good.
well, it'd be next week. There's always next week. So no, I just
That's right.
wanted to see if I could jump in here with this phone and see what I could do with it.
Right. Well, now you figured it out. Now you know how to do it.
Yeah.
So as long as they post up, there's a lot of people, um, just like Brian, he's always going live too.
Well, he's been doing
Barrows.
it for a year and a half, 2 years. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's old hat to him.
Right. But I mean, you can jump in with them, though. The same way with Barrows. Barrows has a live after this. You can always jump in there and say hi.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to feel like the odd duck either, because
No, you're not. You're not an odd duck. You're part of the community.
Yeah.
You're one of us. So that's why I'm telling you to just jump in and introduce yourself, even if you stay for 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour. You know what I mean?
Well,
Go in
everybody
and,
now they can put a face to a name, and
right. Yes. Yep.
so
Yep.
I'll probably lose a bunch of subscribers now. So
Oh, yeah. Wait. I mean, the first time I went live, I didn't lose any. I don't think I did anyway. Because you're always losing them and getting them back.
yeah, I lost one. I was at 240 and lost one, so I'm at 239. So, and that's
Yeah.
good. That was a good climb we had going on there from them videos from the racetrack. So,
Right. You got to keep that momentum going.
well, I wanted to be down at the track this weekend, but like I said, it just wasn't going to happen today. I had the car all loaded up, it was ready to go, and the more I sat, the worse I felt, and it's like, I think I better stay home. So,
Well, that was a video right there. Got the car loaded. Don't feel good. Ain't going.
yeah, well,
Yep.
I
Catch
could
you
have
next
done that.
time.
I think about that after I done that. It's like, well, I could have videoed that, but
Yeah.
so I miss opportunities.
Mohawk 62 says not from this community. Twisted.
Hi, Mohawk. Yeah. So, no, other than that, the car runs really good. I had to put their new batteries in there. That was, that's easy to change batteries in my car. I don't have a problem. They're both in the trunk. I run a pair
Right.
battery. So, them batteries were 2016. So I kind of knew that was going to be iffy at best last weekend with the batteries. But I thought, well, I just wanted to get the car out and see how it was going to perform, because it hasn't been out in a year. And last year when I ran the car, I only got 2 races at it, and both of them were bad passes because of fuel problems. So over the winter, I fixed all the fuel problems. So, and then battery. So
Yeah.
but I think I got everything all fixed now. I mean, I think the car run out pretty good. I mean, the weather wasn't the best of weather for, racing last weekend, although the car ran good. So
Cool.
it was probably, off. It should but
Yeah, you're breaking up.
So, we'll never want.
Yep. You're breaking up. You need to go back to where you were. There you go.
I got the win to them in the first row. I'm pretty much on a roll that weekend.
Yeah, you were breaking up there, so we didn't get to hear you.
I don't know where that is. Where's the good spot here? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where the good spot is. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when you first got on there, you were
all the way around here. So
yeah, when you first got on, you were doing good.
Yeah.
Well, we'll keep an eye out for you for going to the racetrack and stuff. And I don't know if that helped you out or not the other night with the taking videos first and then making shorts out of them. Yeah, you're breaking up really bad.
Yeah. Well, that probably will. So.
Okay. Oh, there you I hope he didn't hit the wrong button. Now maybe he just lost internet. But that was great. That was great to see Twisted Mopar Garage. There he is. He's climbing the ladder. He's climbing pretty good too. He's not feeling well today. I guess it's his allergies acting up. Links up top, pinned to the top. I'm going to start a poll. Oh, that's okay, Twisted Mopar. We understand. We all go through it. Everyone in the chat goes through that. What's he say there? Yep, if you don't ask, you don't get. Sometimes even you do ask, but there's 7 billion people in the world, and like Lloyd and Dumb and Dumber said, maybe there's a chance. Start a poll. Is there a drought in Pennsylvania, Buck? There is in Illinois. You know, my girlfriend just said that I was going to go burn some cardboard, and she said, "Hey, I don't think you're allowed to burn." But yeah, we were all my grass was brown. It was bad. But we just had rain for uh, couple of days there. Now it's all green again. Hello, Buck. Hello, everyone. I'm going to subscribe to Twisted Mopar. Do we have his link up there? Let me get his link for you. Hang on. As soon as I find him. There it is. $239 subscribers. Paste. What's this? Oh, Busted Radio Girl. Hey, Chris. What up, Buckers? Twice in one night. Yep. Can't get enough of the buck. Haven't mowed in 4 weeks. Well, I mowed the green stuff last week. Oh, the Skynet is envious. Yeah, I was thinking that was AT&T all the time. Yeah. Yeah, those guys stuck with me that time. I did a 5 hour live at driving to the No Name Nationals. I was in and out of the areas the whole way. That's bucking outstanding. That's right. Oh, you're welcome, Terry. Glad we can help you. Hey, there's First Responder. Hey, First Responder. Did you check out Honest Peyton Speed Shop yet? I'm going to put a link up. Paste. Anyway, First Responder, Honest Peyton. She's a young girl working out in the garage with her dad on a 32 Ford. She's doing hot rod stuff. Um, hey, thank you, Rich. But go check it out, First Responder. I think she's like 2 away from 1,000 subscribers. Let me see if I can refresh. Yeah, 2 away. We've just been trying to get her over the 1,000 mark. Did I miss NSB? NSB in here? It's not showing up. Car sounds good there, NSB. She's at 998. Thank you there, Twisted Mopar. Dust Devil missed my cameo appearance. FRG is in the house. He had to straighten his rear end out. In other words, you got to straighten your ass out. Shouldn't be cursing online like that. Now it's running. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Yes, Twisted, he was here. That's a pretty nice car. Small motor, basic 383, 440 crank. Yeah, that's the stuff I don't know about Mopar. I don't know what you can mix and match with each other. Well, I don't know much about any of the engines anymore. I used to know some of that stuff. It wasn't a curse. It was a but. Buck does it. Buck knows it. So it looks like FRG got his Durango running. Georgia Satellite's phone's going south. A lot of the stricter parts are big block Chevy stuff. Okay, strokers. Hey, look at we got somebody in the wing here. Boom! There's Mater.
What's up, Buck?
What's up, Mater?
Not much. So, what do you want to know about Mopar engines?
Well, that's the stuff I've done little bits with them, but like he has a 383 with a 440 crank. Now I didn't know all that stuff was the same. Like that the 440 crank would fit in a 383.
Yeah, it's basically stroking it.
Right. Yes, but do you have to grind the block and all that other stuff when you do that, or
No.
not?
Now, I'm trying to remember what all you have to do when it comes to putting a 440 crank. I think the mains are all the same.
Yeah.
I think the main thing on something like that is going to be of course, the stroke of the crank itself, but you got to look at the rods. The rods are going to be different between the 440 and the 383.
Right. Yeah, I understand that. So,
ways, right. But as far as heads and everything, all your B and RB engines, they're all basically the same.
right. I figured that much out.
Right.
But you see these 360 and 413s and all that. I mean, what's the difference with all of those? I mean, is it just the bores in them, or is it the?
Well, okay, your 361 or 360 was actually your. That's actually.
That's right.
Right, well, actually, you had a 360, and it was actually the biggest or the smallest RB engine. Okay, they did actually have an RB, the raised block 360, but that was way back in the late 50s, early 60s.
Okay.
And of course, you had the 361. 413 was in the early 60s. And then, oh boy, you're going to make me start thinking about all this. You're going to strain my last few brain cells I got left.
You asked the question, so I gave you the
answer. Oh, yeah.
That's all right. I mean, I'll catch on as I go along, but
Right. But I mean, your The 383 and 440 heads, I mean, they're basically the same. The ones you want to look for, 67 and older, they're closed chamber.
Okay.
So that'll give you a higher compression ratio.
So yeah, because I did see what are they, 213s and something else, something 36s or something like that. They had closed chamber heads.
Yeah,
I did see some of them every now and then, but
right. Don't give me a
let me say hi to Mickey. Hey Mickey, I put a link up there for Honest Peyton's Speed Shop. Go check her channel out. She's 2 away from 1,000. See if you like what you see there. She's a young girl doing hot rod stuff with her dad in the garage.
Yep.
All right, sorry for interrupting you there, Mater.
No problem. Yeah, I've been watching Peyton for a while now. Actually, her father's actually come in on some of my streams.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, Twisted. Yeah. When it comes to trying to remember the numbers on the different heads, it's like I haven't got that written down, and I've got other things up here that are more important to try to remember all that kind of stuff.
So those 916 or 516 heads, they're probably the better ones, right?
I believe so.
And then you would probably have to have the hardened seats put in them.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I did get one 452 head given to me. It needs a lot of work, but I got it for free, so I took it. You know,
that's a price you can afford.
Yeah, but that's an open chamber one because the heads that came on the CUDA, the one head is bad, and they're aluminum heads, and they're closed chamber and all that. And
what's wrong with it?
Well, the one of the valve seats came loose and banged it all up. Somebody re-welded it back together, and they have some. It just doesn't look good. It's real sketchy. And the valve seat, not the valve seat, the valve stem guide is cracked up inside the bowl. Right. Yeah, it's cracked, and the valve is moving a lot. So it would need a whole lot of machining and welding, and by the time you do all of that, you can buy another head.
No, not really. I mean, from what you're telling me, it would be cheaper to get that head fixed because you can replace that valve guide. That valve guide can get pressed out and put another one in.
Yeah, but it's all there's actually a gap in between the two valve guides where there's aluminum missing. So the valve guides would have to come out. All of that would have to be welded and machined out. And then valve guides would have to be put back in. And then in the meantime, you'd still have to fix the cylinder head itself down inside there.
Have you gotten a price on getting that one fixed compared to buying another set?
No, I haven't done that yet. Because they're old Mopar stage 6 heads, I think they are.
Okay.
And they're the old ones, the ones that they had problems with the valve seats falling out of. So
it might be then time to upgrade to better. If they've had that kind of problem,
right? Because I mean, you'll have $700-800 just into that head, I would think. Plus, I would need all new valves and springs and everything else. By the time I'm done, I'd have $1,200-1,300 in a set of used heads, right? Or more. And you can buy a set of Edelbrocks for like $1,800, new, out of the box, complete.
Yeah, I mean, I can get it. Well, I've looked at as far as small block and everything, but I can get a set of I think with the Edelbrock or something like that from Summit for like $1,200.
Yeah. Yeah. I did see other ones. There's some other ones. Those I can't think what they're like $2,600 though, but still.
Yeah.
Plus, you're modern and everything else, and all the. I think my view is if you go newer, all the problems are taken out of it.
Right. Now, I mean, I've got let's see, Labor Day's coming up, so we got the Mopar Mini Nats going to be happening. There's sometimes you get guys out there selling that stuff. Matter of fact, I had a guy, I walked up to him And he said he had a 340 crank. I'm going, really? How much? He goes, $300. I go, yeah, right. I go to my junkyard, find one for 25 bucks. He goes, there's no way you're going to find one of these cranks at a junkyard for 25 bucks. I go, yeah, I can. 273, 318, the early 318s, they were the same steel crank. There's really no difference. I mean, the only difference in them is Chrysler decided, oh, we're going to do some cross drilling for more oiling, and come to find out that actually weakened the crank, and so they just stopped. But 273 and 318 with steel cranks are the same.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Same rod and mains. Everything's the same on them. They just put a different number on, I guess, for the 340.
Bolt and go. Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, I still have to get that 440 block I have, get it to the machine shop and cook it and clean it and
Right.
magnaflux it, make sure everything's okay, have the line bore checked out, all that, cams and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then I would need rods and pistons and a crankshaft. So I thought, well, if I'm going to do that, maybe I should just buy a used engine and put a set of heads on it.
Yeah,
You
you could. I wouldn't go in.
Well, I mean, I would get a used engine and then just go have the block checked out and new pistons and rings and bearings and
Right.
crank polished and all that, and then put new heads on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I would stay away from the later model 440s. The blocks weren't exactly all that great from what I've heard.
Well, according to 440 source, they have a big write up on all the blocks. That there's no difference between a thin block, or all the blocks are the same. There's no thin block or thick block. The webbing is different. The webbing is down at the journals, the main journals. The webbing is better, I think, on a block 76 or later. I was reading up on that stuff.
No, if I had a chance to, I'd get a hold of a friend of mine. He's been running out here at the Motorplex for years, and he's been running a 69 GTX and a a 68 notchback Barracuda. Been running a 440 in it, and
Okay.
so yeah, he's a guy that's been. I mean, he's been doing it for over 20 years. So he knows about all that kind of stuff.
B&R says it's a common problem with aluminum heads that are ran hard, raced out of the box, valve seats dropping out. I believe that's what happened with that head. The valve seat popped out and banged around up in there, and somebody repaired it and just put it back together and raced again.
Yeah. Now, what I've heard, what a lot of machinists say is get in there with a little punch or something and go in around that bow seat and kind of hit it with go in there with the hammer with the punch and go in between part of the head and the bow seat, and it'll actually get it locked in there. That way it won't be wanting to drop out.
Yeah. Oh, but that's why I said if you're going with newer heads, a lot of that stuff is already taken care of.
Yeah.
Or they already went through that, so they know they need to make a tighter fit. Yeah. Cast crank. Well, I don't trust the cast crank that I have. It was already in a blown up engine, and it has some battle scars, And then the one bearing, the one rod bearing I took off it had odd markings on, or odd wear spots on the bearing. It wasn't wore even all the way around. It was just like spots in different areas where it was hitting. So I don't
Right.
know if the rod was bent or was the crank out of round. You know,
Could have been. Now, I mean, I've heard people say that cast cranks are junk, and then I've also heard people say there's nothing wrong with the cast crank. But then I've heard them say same thing about steel cranks.
right,
I mean, everybody's going to have their opinion,
right, and
and
it's all. Do you want to drive a Volkswagen or you don't want to drive a Cadillac? So, right, that's
yeah,
that's a lot of it. That's what it comes down to. I mean, I would have no problem with a cast crank. I'm no John Force drag racer. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be launching stuff like crazy. I just want to go have some fun.
yeah. You're not building an engine that's going to be off the charts for us horsepower wise.
Right? Yeah. I'm not looking to break any records. Right?
Yeah. Because they don't. There is not a dyno out there that can actually measure how much horsepower is out of the top fuel and funny car engine. It's off the charts. They do not know how much horsepower those things produce.
Ford heads have the same problem. Aluminum heads usually crack in the combustion chambers if they were ran really hard. Usually a nitrous car will crack those heads over time.
Yeah.
Crack heads, alumni. Well, that's about how you manage substances.
Yep.
Casts are good. It absorbs more harmonics. Yeah, I've heard that before too.
Yep. See, and that's one thing I've said, is everybody's got opinions as far as whether or not a cast is good or a steel is good. I mean,
Right. Nothing wrong with a cast. It's a mindset.
yeah. I mean, if the engine's built correctly, anything's going to be standing up. That's the thing, is you've got to go through there and build it correctly. I mean, if you do a half-ass job at it and throw stuff into it that won't work, yeah, expect something to blow up.
And Brian says if you're running naturally aspirated, a cast crank should hold up to 600 horsepower, no problem. I was always told the rod bolts are the weakest link.
Yep.
So good robots are cheap insurance.
Yep. That's why on something like that, go with ARP rod bolts. I mean, yeah, you put in a better set of rod bolts and everything.
Right.
That'll be better.
Well, I got to get this Buick motor back together first, but I'm always on the lookout for the smoking deal. Because when the smoking deal is there, you got to grab it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like for me, I got a good deal on some heads. It's like 4 sets. I picked up for like $300 years ago. 3 sets are J's, and the other's a U. And those are supposed to be some of the better heads and everything, the big ports and 202 valves and everything for small block.
All right.
And these actually came from a guy that actually raced Mopar on a dirt track.
Okay. Yeah, you were talking about it once before.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Tony did that too. Tony's Hot Rod Garage used to race Mopar on the dirt track.
He's done it mostly on drag.
Mm-hmm.
That's what his main thing is, drag racing. It is kind of difficult to find someone that knows about Mopar on dirt track, because nowadays everybody's got General Motors out there. That's the only thing, because they've got the rules basically written for General Motors.
Dean Stevenson says, I use Vegemite and Marmite on my rod or RID journals. I told Channel Lock, but he think his Channel Locked me.
Was that a Vegemite sandwich?
Yeah. So first responders saying what kills a crank is harmonics and timing and tight clearances.
Yep.
Well, there is also stupidity in blowers.
Yep. That's the thing. You got to know what you're doing when it comes to putting any engine. I don't care if it's a Mopar, General Motors, or Ford, Toyota, could be Nissan. I don't care. You've got to know what you're doing. Take your time and check everything.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you're going to screw up something somewhere.
BNR says Mopar 440 buck pump gas. You want 450, 480 true. Won't be disappointed come playtime.
Yep.
Oh, I've seen it on my brother's 73 Dart, and well, see, that was one of the reasons I wanted this Cuda because my brother had a 70 Cuda way back in, I think it was like 74, 75. I was only a young kid when he bought that, and I always loved that car. And I thought one of these days I'm going to get one. And then when this one came up, I said, "Man, I got to get it." I wasn't expecting it to be the way it is, but it isn't. It isn't as bad as some of them I've seen. As long as it has a stick in it. Mickey likes the stick shifts.
What I'm thinking about doing is taking that Challenger I've got and instead of getting it built up for the dirt, get it built up for drag racing.
There you go. There's Fire Pinto says hello all. He just put his he just got an S Rod four speed today, putting his Pinto. There's 91 Mustang LX. Hello 91. Thanks for stopping in.
Hey 91.
Drop a like. Yeah. The Cruda. There's no replacement for displacement. Don't send a boy to do a man's job. Run a big block.
Yep.
Well, see, and that's why I'd like to stick with the 440 because my brother's was a 440, and I always liked that hockey stick stripe they had down the side with 440 under it. I always just thought that was cool.
Right.
And anytime I think Mopar, I think 440
or 426 Hemi.
Yeah, but man, you need a wallet fatter than auto salvages to buy one of them.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, a lot of people said that you can actually make a 440 have more horsepower by doing some tuning on it compared to the Hemi.
Yeah, I heard that too. Somewhere along the line, I heard that.
That's right. That was the 426 was basically they took basically like a 383 block and put a 440 crank in it.
Hey, there's Mickey. You ever meet Mickey Mater?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, Mickey.
How you doing, sir?
Pretty good.
There's Mickey. Mickey is Terry Grover's son.
Yeah, that'd be me.
Yep, he's the guy that has the slow small block Ford.
Yeah, it's slow. It's slow. A couple people standing.
Oh, so that's what the SFB means, slow block Ford.
Yeah,
Ford.
yeah. I was gonna put slow Mopar in there, but the Ford sounded a little better. Now I'm just teasing you. I'm not starting the war, guys. Everybody calm down, guys. Calm down.
Well, everybody knows that Ford's only fast downhill.
You're right. Mine's extremely fast downhill. Now, you guys are dropping a lot of knowledge right now because I don't know much about the Mopars, but I knew they like to spin. I do know that.
Yep.
There's Mickey's link if you want to go check his channel out.
Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
All right.
Oh, okay. Just have to drill them out, I guess, huh?
Hey Buck, when we gonna convince you to go like 830s, 820s? I've been waiting on that one. You know, a little 160, 170 mile an hour ain't too bad.
Yeah, yeah, that's all right. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe when I grow up.
Oh man. Yeah, I actually just got off the phone with Terry today, and he's got a set of E7s that he's doing, and the goal is to go like deep into the 11s the way it's set up right now. So
Yeah,
we'll,
cool.
we'll see how that goes. Matey, what you got working on back there, boss? I see you in the shop.
Yeah. Actually, right now, I've been doing some woodworking out here.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, out here in the garage. It originally didn't have a ceiling. It was just like the boards up here, and it just went straight up. Well, I was bringing home some wood from work that I got free, and I just started putting them down, but they weren't straight and everything when I was putting them down. But last year I wound up getting a nice little table saw and a couple other woodworking tools. And so right now I'm taking some of the extra wood I've got, already run it through the table saw to make sure I got straight, even edges. And I got them in the clamp over here, getting clamped up, dried, with glue. Once that's done, I'll put them upstairs, and then I'll take some of those boards out, bring them down, do the same thing to them, and start laying down new. That way it's
Hey,
all even.
see, you got something that Forest guys lack, which is something that works up here.
Well, I mean, I know how to work on cars. I mean, I've been working on them for a long time.
I don't. I can
I
drive
mean,
them.
I can drive them. I mean, I can drive a car. I mean, I've driven on dirt, and
That's interesting. I'd love to try and do that at least, once or twice, because the dirt track stuff is a lot more complicated than what it seems. Talking to a buddy of mine, suspensions are really stiff on one side, and they use
yeah,
different tire compounds for different dirt, and yeah, some of the classes are like outrageous. You got like pro modified and outlaw modified, and I always never been like, oh, you just make left hand turns, but it's a lot more complicated than what you think.
oh
And
yeah,
those cars really move. Some of those dirt track motors too, they make a golful amount of power. Like it's insane.
right.
Those and boat motors. Boat motors make crazy power too.
Well, where I'm at and everything, I'm over here not far from Dallas, and right outside of Dallas, we got the Devil's Bowl Speedway. It's a half-mile dirt track,
Jeez.
and they had what was it, the American Sprint Car Series out there, and some of those guys, the guy that turned the fastest lap that night, I think was about 18 seconds
Yeah, that's screaming fast when you put it in the context.
on a half mile.
See you, Doug.
I mean, this guy was moving. I mean, they said he was averaging, I think, 131 miles an hour on per lap.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, some of them dirt guys, they got nerves of steel.
I mean,
Sometimes being that close to somebody is a little like I do no preparation, so I mean I'm used to cars moving around on me, but I mean when you're going a buck 10 or buck 20 down the straight with somebody literally 3 inches away from you, you gotta have some balls on you.
oh yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, the thing about reason I like my dirt track over drag is fact is with drag racing, okay, it can show you basically how fast you can get from point A to point B. That's it. Okay. So I mean, you get out there to the track and say you get your car dialed in, say 11:49, you run the 11:49. Okay, your race is over. Then you've got to wait how long and everything before the next round. Whereas with dirt track racing, it can be 10 laps, it could be 20, it could be 30 laps, and it's going to show you who the better driver is, no matter how fast that car is.
Yeah, a buddy of mine pretty much broke it. So what it is each each class gets breakdown into mains. So you'll have like a main, a B main, a C main, depending on how your qualifying goes, is where you stack up on the leaderboard. And
Right.
it's pretty in depth. Yeah, I mean, drag racing is fun too. My first love is road course racing, but I just don't have the money to do something like that, you know. But I mean, I just don't drag race. I stick shift race. You know, that's a whole nother beast in itself from what
Yeah.
just my experience, you know. So I think that stuff is fun. I've been trying to get Buck to put a stick in something. You know, I'm gonna get him though. I'm gonna meet him and I'm like, oh buddy, come on, we're gonna strap you in.
Yeah. Well, like
Yeah.
what first responder was saying, yeah, the track changes from race to race, and that is true. I mean, when I first started, we were only allowed 75 series tires, you know, as far as what you can go down to your local tire shop and get. And some of the guys that were running classes up above me, they were complaining about how we were putting in too much of a rut out there. They were catching it and almost flipping and everything. They said, hey, you got to let those three stockers run a wider tire. They said, okay, fine. So they let us run a 60 series. And they didn't complain after that.
Yeah, I would say drag race. I mean, really in all aspects of racing, track conditions take into account. You know, because a hot day at 1 o'clock in the afternoon versus that same day at 6 o'clock, those track conditions are completely different. A hot day, and if it rained the day before, the cracks in the track will actually start to profuse water from the cracks that are underneath the asphalt.
Right.
So there's all
Uh-oh.
different types of things you have to look up for combinations of cars, air pressure, you know, air density is another thing, you know, what water grains are in the air, DA, altitude plays a factor, and that's in any type of racing. But yeah, I mean that dirt track stuff is something completely different. Yeah, I'd love to just get in the car and just see how it feels, because I've been in little go-karts and stuff like that, but some of them cars are like, whew.
Hey,
It
there's
makes me
Renegade.
proud.
Hello, Renegade.
But yeah, I mean,
I
like
just
I
want
said,
to let you guys know that Peyton got her 1,000 subscribers. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, there
And
you
I wanted to
go.
let Tim Windsor know, hey, we rated her channel for the premiere. We all went from, I shut down my live. We went over there and we commented and and then we came back and I started another live.
yep,
So it was
There
a
we
lot of
go.
fun.
that was good.
Congratulations, Peyton.
Yep.
Yes, that was cool. I really enjoyed that.
Well, now, you know, talking about, you know, now roundy round, okay, now you got dirt track, but then you've also got asphalt. And
Yeah.
that right there, that's a totally different setup on a car compared to dirt. Because
I'd
there
like to
you're
see
running
the
everything.
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. The bikes that do the dirt track racing where they almost lay the bike down. I don't even know what the heck that's called, but that's
Yeah, that's
even
not
like more fascinating to me.
A flat track.
awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. That's even like it's absurd.
Yeah, that is. I mean, I've seen some flat track racing, and it's like, no, I ride a motorcycle, but it's like, no, put a cage around me. If I'm going to be racing, I want a cage around me. But
He's
Yeah.
in his Mopar now.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna get off of this. We're headed home from getting some food, and I'll be in the comments. I appreciate you guys letting me on.
Hey,
All right.
thanks for stopping in, Mickey. Have a great night.
You too, guys. Everybody have
Always
a
good to see
wonderful and
you.
blessed night. Definitely. Thank you, Buck.
Bye bye.
But yeah, I mean, like he was saying, you know, that's the thing about with, you know, I mean, you've got all types of different racing. I mean, you've got the road course, you've got oval, you got drag, off road. I mean, I don't have a problem with any of it. I mean, hell, I've even done this was almost 2 years ago. I wound up doing a 3-hour endurance mini bike race.
Say hi to Dancing Alone with Rentals.
Hey,
He's
Dan.
listening.
I hope he got that. I got to watch his video on how he got that house painted. That came up today.
91 says hi, dancing alone.
Yeah, dancing usually comes in on my live streams when I've been doing them.
Does he?
Yep.
Well, I haven't seen him for a while.
Yeah, he hasn't been around much. Of course, I've kind of stopped doing a live stream
Uh-huh.
for about 2 weeks after what happened. Some
Yeah.
of the drama, I'm trying to let that go. But I'll be back doing some live streams soon. I've got some videos coming out.
Yeah, you got to pretend you're a duck and let it roll off your back like water.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've got some videos I got coming out. Basically, you know, it's going to be like a what chaps my hide this month. Like, what is it that's really kind of got me pissed off?
Yeah. Yeah, there's and I was telling what's his name earlier today that God will put people in your life that'll show you how not to act,
Yeah.
and how to and put people in your life to show you how to act. Because just look at the people in here in our community. Everybody helps each other out. We all try to, we jab each other and razz each other, but that's all in fun, you know.
Yep.
But when it comes down to somebody needing help or something, look what we did today. We jumped right over there and we commented and rated the channel,
And that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to help,
Exactly.
support each other instead of, attacking them.
Right.
And if you've got a problem with someone, talk to them one-on-one. Don't start coming out on social media and let everybody and their brother and cousin and everybody know about it. Keep it, behind closed doors.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's another thing, I said that earlier today. It's the internet,
Yeah.
Just because you hear something doesn't mean it's facts. I mean, you
Right.
gotta do your research and
Right. And that's the one thing that I'm going to be doing. Like when I start doing my, those little videos, I mean, they're probably about 10, maybe 15-minute long.
Mhm.
And it's like I say, it's just going to be WTF, what chaps my hide.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be doing research and start getting all my information before I do it all. And I'll present it. It's like, hey, if you don't believe me, go here, check the facts. Here's where I got my info.
Right. Just expensive there. Mayor, just to let you know, I didn't know they were going to do that on my live stream.
I know. And I wasn't expecting it either. It was a total shock to me.
Yeah.
And I was not expecting that at all. I had not, like I said, not discussed that. I'm not going to get in on that on your stream.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
don't need to hear the there's enough drama in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want it.
I don't want to see it happen to anybody. Sure don't want to see it happen to you. I mean, you're such a nice guy. I don't know why. I don't even know don't even know the story. Don't need to know the story, but
Yeah.
It doesn't need to happen to anybody, really.
Right. And like I said, if whoever had a beef with me, they need to come and talk it over with me instead of putting it out there where everybody can see it.
Mickey says it right here. He says a bunch of keyboard warriors, and some people love causing other people pain.
Yep.
That's just something they like to do.
Yep.
So I think some people do it just for the attention.
They do it for the attention. They want to cause the drama, and some people said that drama on Facebook gets attention. Not only on Facebook, but even on YouTube, and it'll start getting you subs. It's like someone will start doing all this drama, this, that, and the other. It's like it'll start drawing people in.
Yeah, and it's so easy with this stuff. If you don't like what you see, scroll to the next one.
Yep.
No?
Well, it's also like, if you're watching, say a show on TV, commercial comes on, you got two options. You can actually you got three. You can either sit there and watch a commercial.
Uh-huh.
2, you can change the channel. Or 3, you can get up, go do something while the commercial's on.
Right.
You ain't got to sit there and watch it.
Yeah, Tim says when he sees it, he quietly exits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I do. And I got I'll play this. I do have problems with a couple of people. And it's like, if I see them, like, okay, I'm gone. I'm not even going to be there. I don't want to deal with it.
Right.
I've got that option. It's like, I'm watching someone stream. Someone comes in I don't like. Bye. I'm gone.
Refuse to take a side. That's right.
Yep. I appreciate that, Tim. And for me, I'm trying to, when I first started, it was basically just like a hack. It's like how, to do something a different way and everything. And I've had some people go, I saw your video on how you did this. And I never would have thought about doing that. That's
Right.
a very genius way of doing it.
Mhm.
And that's the whole thing about me doing the channel, and also to, give people information on how to do something. I mean, I've done the Coleman stove repairs,
Yeah.
the Coleman lanterns.
Yeah, and the same thing is if somebody's doing something the way you don't like it, then don't do it their way. You know?
Right.
You can comment and say, well, you're doing it that way, but I don't like it that way. I do it this way. Not you're an idiot for doing it this way.
Right.
But
I mean,
it's just like like I have like 6 different ways to get to the grocery store. I don't have to take the same way every day.
right.
I could take a different route every day. I mean, it's the same way with, some people changing alternators, and somebody does it. Somebody will disconnect the positive first instead of the negative, or they'll
Right.
pop the
And
belt off with a screwdriver and then take the alternator off, or what's the difference? You're still changing the alternator.
right. I mean, you've got the different steps and everything. Some people find an easier way of doing it, or say you've got a problem with the car, and it's like, hey, I don't know, I've got the same thing, but how do I fix it? And it's like, go on YouTube, watch it and everything. And it's like, oh, okay, I learned how to do that. Then I had the same thing, like I'm a little Dodge Caliber. I go for a long distance in it, and all of a sudden I'd have a little temperature light come on, and it's like going in kind of like a limp mode. Let it sit for 15, 20 minutes, it's good to go. Come to find out that it's because the transmission was never serviced. There is a little itty bitty, I'm talking about this long, about that big around, cartridge style filter that goes in the transmission cooler. That transmission never been serviced. Change that one, change the one in the pan, change the fluid. It's never done it since.
There you go, Mohawk. If I can't leave a positive comment, I won't leave one.
Yeah, that's the way I feel. Now if I'm doing something and someone says, well, if you did it this way, it might make it easier and everything. And I'll look at it and it's like, you know what, you're right, that would make it easier. And it's like, I appreciate, you pointing that out. Okay, I'll try that. It's like, or I'll say, okay, I'll try that next time and see how it works. If I like it, I'll keep doing it. If I don't, it's like, well, I tried it. It doesn't work for me.
All right. I think I saw Joe Royal. Oh, Joe Royal.
Hey, Joe.
Joe says hello, all. Yes, and Tim says if anyone here in our family needs help, ask around for my cell phone number. A lot of YouTubers have my cell phone. Buck, Shopcat, Rich. Yeah, I have his cell phone number. I'll be I was the first YouTuber he ever met live. I met up with him at a gas station last year.
Oh.
Yeah, Tim's a great guy. Great guy.
And see, that's something else I want to do is like when I get back doing my live streams, I kind of started it and I'm still working on it. What I want to do is have like one live stream a month where it's just me and somebody else up in panel and basically like me doing an interview with them. That way they can get their information out there to people like subscribers I've got, and they can ask questions and everything. Like that way they get to know them.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got one person that he's already wanting to do it. He's got some things going on right now. I was like, okay, fine. Just let me know when you're ready. And I even had now, did you see that live stream I did with Frank, the guy from Old Coleman Town?
No, I did not see that one. No.
This guy, he wound up buying. He walked into like an old Ace Hardware or something like that, and just went in there for one thing on a Coleman, I think Coleman lantern, and they were like closing store, and they were a Coleman distributor. They had a whole back room of nothing but parts, and it was old stock and everything. He wound up buying it. Then he winds up buying like 1,500 lanterns from a guy. And all of a sudden he just started getting into, having all that stuff. Then he winds up selling it to somebody. And then when I started, I found out about the guy he sold his stuff to, I've been buying that stuff. It's like, okay, so he started it, sold it to him. I'm getting the stuff, now it's back around to him. But I mean, it's fun, working on those.
Okay. Get Shopcat's link. I just put Joe Royal's link up there too. He's at he's a little over 200 now. He did a good climb in the last week.
Thank you, Rich.
Okay, there's Shopcat's link there.
Yeah.
Nikki.
Rich put it up also.
Oh, you're welcome there, Joe.
Tim.
And Tim got it. Yep. And I had it too. I will. I keep forgetting these guys are quicker than I am. Rich beat me.
Not by much.
Rich is a professional.
No, he's just got faster fingers.
Yeah. Or either that, or he read the comment first.
Yeah.
But if you get a chance, go over there to Joe Royal's channel and watch his video on his 30 Chevy. I think it was a 30
really?
Chevy sedan. How he acquired it, and it's a really cool story. It's really cool. I won't ruin it on you, but you got to go watch it. It's really cool. He's just, hey, Rich says, just run the stream, Buck. We got the links. Thanks, Rich.
All right. Well, I'm already subscribed to him, so
right, yeah.
Right, because I know when you gave out that list, I actually went over and looked at everybody that was in the contenders, and it's like, okay, I went in there and the ones I wouldn't subscribe to is like, okay, boom, boom, started hitting all the ones I wouldn't.
Coyote Rich. Yeah, it's not a very long video, but it's just so cool. Just the story behind it is neat, and it's his latest video. I'm sure everybody's subscribed to Tim Windsor, and if you're not, there's his link.
thought I were. I'm gonna check.
Yeah, let's make him the biggest no content YouTuber. He's got over 500 subscribers with no content.
Well, you know what? I thought I was subscribed, but now I am.
Okay, cool. There's another one, Tim.
Yep.
There's Ari after the Tony tomorrow night. Hello, Ari.
Hey, Eric. As far as a 413 goes, no, 413 is your older RB engine. So they're going to be same. They should be the same as a 440.
Right, just has a smaller bore, is what I read.
Yeah, smaller bore. It should have the same crank as your 440. Same stroke. Should be the same rods. It's just they got a smaller bore. I'd have to look all that up, and I don't even have my phone with me. It's actually inside the house. But yeah, I mean, between you can interchange. You should be able to interchange 383. You can get a 400 head. I mean, any of your big block heads will interchange.
First transponder. I didn't know that I was just thinking once you said that the rods and the crank in a 413 would be the same as a 440.
Should be, because
So,
I mean,
yeah,
they're
so I could probably get a because I thought I saw a 413 that wasn't too bad. I could probably get that just for the rods and the crank
I
and put
would
it in my
check
440 block.
now. Before, like I said, I'm not a total expert on the big blocks and stuff like that. I do know some on them.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not going to claim to be an expert. I know there's people out there that know a lot more than what I do.
Right, but I could do the research on that.
Right,
Know?
and right, and that to me, that's what
I could check the journal sizes and all that other stuff to make sure
right.
that it would work.
Tell you what, let me go in the house real quick. And I've got an old motors manual, and it can tell me the information. I mean, we're talking. This one was made back in 1970, I think.
Yeah, I used to have a 70s motor manual. Right now, the one I have is a 78, and it only goes back to 73. But I used to have a 70, and I don't know what happened. I guess I let somebody borrow it, and I never got it back.
So let me go get it, and I'll be right back.
Yes, 91. They're S10 aluminum mags. I didn't put the center caps on. You need special lug nuts to put the center caps on. And then I didn't put them on because they have a Chevy emblem in the middle. And I thought, well, I only had 2 anyway out of the 4. But I got them cheap off of Facebook Marketplace. I paid $100 for the 4 of them. And so I thought, hey, because I needed 15-inch wheels since I put that rear in the back. And then, but they shined up pretty good. I mean, there's some pitted marks on them and stuff, but I mean, the whole car's all scratched up and rust spots. Well, I got all the rust fixed, but there's still rust spots through the paint. But so what? I think it looks pretty cool, though. Yeah, you can't go wrong for $100. I mean, the tires and all came with it. The air is still in them. I never put air or nothing in them. I've been running it around. I mean, they're not the best of tires, but I did have to put longer lug nuts in the back because, or lug studs rather, because the other ones there was only like 3 threads holding on, so I didn't put it together I didn't put them on until I got the longer studs. Now that I got disc brakes back there, everything's thicker. But I always liked those wheels. I thought if I ever owned an S10, I'd definitely have those wheels on it. Just hanging out. I think I'm about ready to put that 350 together. Attaboy, Ari. Just make sure it can handle some RPMs. And I'm sure that truck has a low gear ratio. Can't beat it. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised when because I was looking for 15-inch wheels for a while, and I would have loved to keep those Buick um, rallies, but they're 14-inch and they won't fit the rear, so I had to get 15s. And then everything I look at with the Buick Rally 15-inch, they want like $350 for 4 of them with no tires, and they're rusty. I'm like, nah. So this came along, and I said, man, I'm just going to go for it. As like I said, it's no Barrett Jackson car. It's just a Buck Skylark. I don't know what happened to Mater, but Barrow's Garage is on, and I just heard New Guy's Garage has a live going too. I saw somebody went over there. I think Dougster went over there. But when Mater comes back, we'll talk with him for a little bit yet, and then I have everybody directed to go to Barrows. I don't even know if Barrows is live yet. Oh yeah, he's live. He's got 6 people going on over there. I'd have to stop in over there then too. Oh, he's twisted. Yeah, well, a lot of guys do that. Twisted Dennis. They go back and forth. Yeah, I you know what? I found that I found that on Facebook Marketplace too. The Buck Skylark. That was sitting in the garage for like 17 years, and you know what was wild about that whole build was all those parts came with it. I mean, the only thing I really bought was the master cylinder, booster, rear end, set of rear brakes and wheel cylinders, front stabilizer links, and I had to buy a distributor. I think that was it. Oh, and windshield wiper blades. And of course, I didn't have to buy any panels or metal. All that came with it. Um, yeah, I don't know of anything else I had to buy for that. There's Mater.
Yep. Now, I don't know. I thought I had the one up to 70, but unfortunately, I can only find 1966.
Okay.
Now, this other one that I've got,
I have a Chilton 63, I think, 63 Chilton. I used to have a 70 Motors, and I don't know whatever happened to that.
ooh, now, I don't know if anybody would be interested in this, but this one's got a copyright 1947. Yeah, I mean, this is working on cars. Let's see, Hupmobile, Graham, Crosley, Cord, Auburn, American Bantam, Lafayette, LaSalle,
Yeah.
Nash, Packard. Yeah, believe it or not, I can, if I wanted to, I can actually work on a Packard. I've got the information. A Pierce Arrow.
Well,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
way back when I was growing up, I was only 8, 9, 10 years old, and I used to just look at the motors manuals to the pictures of the front ends of the cars. So
Yep.
when we were driving down the road, I could say, "Hey, that's a 70 Impala. That's a 67 Chevelle. That's a just by learning it in there."
Yep. And that's the thing about on these here. I mean, they tell you how to work on a aluminum case torque light.
Yeah, yeah,
On the page, it tells you how to do it.
yeah.
These old books here, you cannot find that in the automotive books today. It does not have that information.
No, no, no.
I mean, this is like what I learned out of.
A blue hard back. Yeah, I have the same motors manual he has there, but the one I have now is a 78. The one I used to have was a 1970. So it went from 70 down to like 63 or something like that.
Yep.
And I don't know what I ever did with it.
But I mean, like here, it starts at like 59,380 and everything. So it's showing you it tells you all the different identification codes and everything.
Yes, exactly. You can get like the old Chevys, like the DZ 302s. All them letters were in that 1970 motors manual, so you could tell what it was, whether it was Camaro engine or Impala or whatever.
Yeah, like for 64, the V8 273 is a V273. I mean, the V8 361 is V36. But yeah, I mean, in here, once I get to all the information, okay, because it tells you engine specifications.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I lucked out. This 78 model has all my 455 stuff. And it'll have my 440 stuff too, because it goes back to 74, I think, or 73.
Okay. So this has got a 440 and 66 showing 350 horsepower. The bore is 4.32 and the stroke is 3.75.
Okay.
Yeah. And like I said, this is stuff that you could go and get from the parts house years ago. This is stuff that my dad had bought.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, no, there's no way I'm getting rid of these books because there's so much information in here you cannot find in books now. You'd have to actually go searching online. Compression ratio is 10.10. 350 at 4,400 RPMs was the horsepower. Torque 480 at 2,800 RPMs. Normal oil pressure was 45 to 65. Okay, that's on a 440. So now you're asking about a 413. So let me see if I can find a 413 in here. Okay, there's not 166. Okay. 65 got a 413. It's 4.1875 by 3.75.
Yeah, so the stroke is the same.
Stroke is the same. The bore is smaller. And the only difference is 10 horsepower less at 200 or more RPM.
Well, you should have the journal sizes there too, then, right?
Probably.
Yeah, bearing clearances.
Let's see. I've got tune-up specifications. Tells you what the spark is, the gap, the point gap, dwell angle, firing order.
There should be a page just for like bearing clearances.
That's what I'm looking for in here. Oh, I got distributor specifications.
Right. I think it's like right after the horsepower stuff.
Let's see, alternator and regulator specifications,
Mm.
starting motor specifications. Oh, here we go. Piston, got pistons, rings, or pistons, pins, rings, crankshaft, and bearings.
Right. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll give you a piston. It'll give you a ring gap and all that stuff. It should anyway. Renegade threw a whole bunch of those books away.
I would not have done that.
Now I seen on eBay they get some good money for some of them books.
Yep. All right. So, okay, talks about that. All right. Rod bearings. Okay, shaft diameter on a 413, 2.374 to 2.375.
Okay,
Same on a 440
2.3. Okay,
and same on a 440.
right. Okay. What about the mains? That was the mains, wasn't it?
That was a rod bearings.
That was rod.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
So
the mains are going to be three something most likely.
rod, it's showing the same. Rod bearing. Okay. Main bearings on a 413, 2.7495 to over to 2.7505,
Uh-huh.
and it's the same for a 440.
Okay.
So
Internals are the same.
the mains are the same, rods are the same. It looks like the only difference is, yeah, the bore is smaller.
Renegade threw like 25 books away.
Damn.
He said,
Someone should shoot
he
him
said
for
that's
doing
enough of them. I used enough. I used them enough.
Yeah. Oh, there's no way I'm going to throw any of these away. I don't care how ratty they get. These
Yeah,
still got information in them.
Yeah, I mean, especially with some of the older stuff, and in those ones, they'll give like that book there will give you some wiring diagrams and stuff for like the starter and the alternator and charging and regulator. You know, yes, that
Hell,
always helped me out.
yeah, I got wheel engine tightening specifications, wheel alignment specifications,
Right? Yep.
rear axle and brake specifications.
Yep.
I'm going, really? You're not going to, like I said, you're not going to find this information in a new book at all.
I would not throw them away. Yeah. First responder said he wouldn't have thrown them away either.
Engine drive belt adjustments. They actually have that, how much you adjust the drive belts.
Yeah.
Cooling system and capacity data.
Yep.
I got electrical system. Now it doesn't show the diagram, but I probably could find it in here. All right, here you go. My dad got this from Montgomery Ward for $9.95.
Yeah.
And that's where he worked at, was from Montgomery Ward's.
I should stop by the thrift store more often because that's where you'll find those for cheap. You know?
Yeah.
Especially if somebody cleaned somebody's garage out and they had it like you have it. You know.
Yeah.
But anyway, hey, Mater, I'm gonna roll out of here. I've been on here for a couple hours here.
Right.
So I have everybody redirected to go over to Barrows. I'm probably going to stop in over at Barrows too.
Oh, Barrows going live?
Yeah, he's live right now. I hate to cut you short, but I really got to go to the bathroom and stuff and get up and move.
That sounds like a personal problem to me.
Yeah, well, no, I've been sitting in this seat a little too long. I got to move.
Yeah.
So with that, everybody, I'm gonna head out, and I want to thank you all for stopping by tonight. And we had a great time. We went over to Honest Peyton Speed Shop, and we helped her out, and we helped a couple other channels out. We had a good conversation with Mater here and Mickey and everybody in the chat. And we'll be back next week for another version of another session of No Name Nationals channels, so we can take a look at them and see if we can help them out. Renegade, listen to this one. Renegade said all of that info in those books are in my head. I don't know where, but it's in there. See you later, Joe. I want to see everybody in the chat. Remember, next week, same buck time, same buck channel.
All right.
See you. See you later, Mater. Thanks for stopping in.
I appreciate you having me up.
End broadcast. Boom, boom.